Welcome back to Class Act. We are your hosts, Will
and Daver.
This week's episode will include new updates, sports, Cody trying exotic fruits, and then we will end the episode with the game show Buzzin'.
You're watching Class Act on SWT TV.
Some news stories. Ekmion is back with the game show Buzzin', the show featuring some of the latest students.
Play-by-play, I'm your host, Jaden. This year especially is going to be a little longer.
Cody tries things. Then the orange. That was it for Cody tries things.
The Buzz In. It's your host, Xavier.
You are incorrect. Are you ready to try and win a free coupon?
So you get it. We got a new.
In this week's news, we have some information and images of the skate park being built downtown, the Bennington Museum's plan to upgrade, and the TikTok ban.
Construction continues for the upcoming Bennington skate park. It began back in September of this year. Class Act has made updates in past episodes about the park. However, we neglected to include images. The skate park is a 16,500 square foot park that will be located in downtown Bennington within walking distance from the high school and middle school. The design includes multiple bowls, a street section, and a classic snake run. The park will be free to use and open to all.
The Bennington Museum will be a century old in 2028, and its team has plans to upgrade the facility to make it more appealing and visitor-friendly just in time for its 100th anniversary. The first upgrade will be upgrading the parking and accessibility, and will expand the plaza. It'll cost around $7.5 million and is starting in spring of 2025. Some upgrades have already been completed though, with windows and roofs being replaced and new lighting being put in, and more. Off to the interview.
Hi, my name is Alexina Jones. I am Director of Advancement at Bennington Museum. We are coming up on our 100-year anniversary in 2028, and in celebration of that, we are commencing a pretty ambitious capital campaign. This is going to be a 3-part campaign. The first part we're calling the Welcome Sequence. It's going to address our parking lot and our courtyard, basically our visitor entrance experience. And we hope that it's going to make for a more welcoming gateway to Bennington as people drive by coming into town, and also be a point of pride for the community since this is our local arts institution covering history from the past 300 years. So the campaign, as I mentioned, is 3 parts. There is the welcome sequence. The next phase is the schoolhouse, which is going to become a community meeting space and a maker space for kids. And then the third part is a new annex building for staff offices down at the bottom of the hill. So the timeline for this project can, span, I would say, 5 or 6 years, but our hope is that all of the permitting will be in this summer so that we can break ground on the first phase of this campaign in the fall. Phase 1 of our capital campaign is the welcome sequence. Phase 2 is the Grandma Moses Schoolhouse, and Phase 3 is the annex building where staff offices will be moved to. Phase 1 is nearly completely funded, which we are very excited about. And tomorrow evening, I guess it will be after this video plays, we are having our gala, which is going to kick off funding for Phase 2, the Schoolhouse Project. That's the community engagement space, the maker space for kids. We'll be putting in a bathroom in the schoolhouse. We'll be insulating it. We'll be having an automatic lock for the door so people can have after-hour classes. This is an important project too because while our courtyard is under renovation, we are going to have the entryway be through the Grandma Moses Schoolhouse so that people can still access the museum while we are under construction for Phase 1. Phase 3 of our capital campaign is the annex building. It's probably the most ambitious part of our capital campaign. We already have strong pledges to begin this project, and we have a tentative design by Goldstone Architects. What will happen is that the museum staff, who currently are housed in the basement of the museum building and various other alcoves throughout, will all move together down to the new building, and that's going to open up the space in the bottom of the museum for storage and for the library potentially to drop down to the bottom. We are thinking about a cafe potentially, and then in turn that will open up the top floor of the museum in the old church building with the high ceilings and the beautiful acoustics so that we can have more large-scale sculpture and indoor events. I think that the museum is such a treasure for this community, and we do try to bring school groups through every year, particularly in the elementary school grades. But I think a lot of high schoolers maybe have forgotten about what the museum has or don't think there's a lot for them. And I would encourage everybody to stop in. It's free for anyone under 18. And we have free events all the time. In the summer, we have outdoor concerts. There's a lot going on here. There's something for everyone. And it is a community asset, and we should all be proud of what we have here at Bennington. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this interview. I really hope that you choose to come and visit the museum, ask us questions, send us an email, check out our website. We have something for everyone, and we hope that you will be a part of everything that we do here.
Now to TikTok. As many have heard, TikTok is getting banned. But why is it getting banned? TikTok's parent company is the Chinese company ByteDance Ltd. TikTok has faced growing scrutiny from government officials over fears that user data would fall into the possession of the Chinese government. TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, denies all claims. According to ABC News, the law would impose a nationwide ban on TikTok on January 19th, 2025. This is a day before the President-elect Trump's inauguration. Trump's team says that they will attempt to rescue the app, but it's unclear how. Now, how does this affect you, TikTok user watching this? According to the New York Times, the ban would prohibit app stores from distributing or updating the app. If it's already installed on your device, it will stay there, but it will no longer be available for download if it's not already on your phone, and it will no longer receive the updates that help it to function.
That's all for the news. Now we'll hand it over to Jaden with sports.
Hi, welcome back to Play by Play. I'm your host, Jaden, and today we're going to be basically just talking about some of the upcoming games. So most of the winter sports, I believe, started near the beginning of December, which is about a week later than when most of the winter sports normally start. But there's already a ton of games that are happening, and most of the teams have kind of jumped right in, like, already. The winter sports that are currently going on right now, I believe, are basketball, track, wrestling, skiing, swimming, and dance. So we got 6 different winter sports with some other clubs that are going on as well. So the girls basketball team have already had their first home game. Their next home game will be the 28th, which is the last weekend of December. For the guys' side of basketball, they'll actually be having their first home game the day before the girls do, on the 27th. For swimming, they just had their first meet, and that's also a home meet the second weekend into December on the 13th. And their next home game will be December 18th, which is a Wednesday. For Nordic skiing, they also just had their first meet, and that was right over on Prospect. Their next home meet will be January 6th on a Monday. And for wrestling, they just had their first game of the season, and their next home game will be December 20th, which is a Friday. And you'll definitely not want to miss the dance team this season because they only have 5 competitions so far. And as of now, they have 1 home competition on January 25th, which is also a Saturday. And for track, they don't actually have any home meets. The closest one that they'll be going to is Union College, but I definitely recommend you to go see at least one of the meets because they're very interesting to watch with all the different events. Basketball, wrestling, and dance, those 3 groups have their competitions in the gym. For swim, their home meets are held in the rec center. And for the ski team, their home meets are held on Prospect Mountain. Definitely look forward to more information on those 6 teams. There'll definitely be more as their seasons go on. Now we're going to be going over to Cody for Cody Tries Things.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another segment of Cody Tries Things. Today I have a pretty healthy episode. Today we have pomegranate, starfruit, and this aloe vera mango drink. First up with the pomegranate. Oh no. Oh no. So I got a seed out. Let's try it. It's a little sour, a little tart, but it's a good flavor. I like that. I'm gonna go in for another try because that seed didn't really give me a lot though. Yeah, I really like that. Very tart, but sweet at the same time. That's a 8 out of 10. Next up is the starfruit, and I'm gonna scoop it out with a spoon. So we have a little piece here. Let's try it. It kind of tastes like lettuce with like a hint of pineapple. I don't know how to describe it. This is a solid 6 out of 10. Next up is the aloe vera drink, which I'm pretty sure has chunks in it. I'm not quite sure. Let's give it a try. I recognize that smell. It's very specific and I don't know how to describe it. It has aloe vera chunks in it. It's kind of like pulpy orange juice, but mango flavored. It's like mango flavored water with just like aloe vera in it. It was pretty good, but I was definitely surprised by the chunks in it. This one's a 7 out of 10. So that is it for Cody Tries Things. Thank you for joining me on this healthy episode. Now on to the game show.
Landon Jarvis.
Oh, I'm Duncan.
Welcome back to Buzz In, and we have...
Landon Jarvis.
You ready to compete and maybe win a coupon, Landon?
Yeah, I'm ready to compete.
For your first question, how many wives did King Henry VIII have?
I'm gonna go with 3.
Oh yeah, you can phone in a friend. You have a phone in a friend.
Phone in a friend.
Yeah, and yeah. How many wives did King Henry VIII have? Okay. Do you want to lock in 5?
Yeah, that sounds like a lucky number.
I'm sorry, Landon. You were 1 off. It was 6.
No.
Don't worry. You have more questions and more opportunities to win. Do you know cars?
Yeah.
Okay. Which iconic Ford car was first released in the 1960s?
The Mustang.
Are you locking it in on the Mustang?
Yeah.
That is correct. It was the Mustang.
Yay.
Next question is, the United States bought Alaska from which country?
Russia.
Are you locking in Russia?
Yeah.
That is correct. It was Russia. And for your last and final question, October 2011 was selected by the UN as the symbolic date when the world's population reached how many?
7 billion.
You locking in 7?
Yeah.
That is correct. It was 7. So you won?
Thank you.
Of course, man. Now get back to class and brag. And we are back with...
Oh, I'm Duncan.
And Duncan, you ready to compete?
Definitely.
All right. For your first question, which iconic Ford car was first released in the 1960s?
Damn, dude, you gotta be like Albert Einstein to know this stuff.
It's an iconic Ford car.
Yeah, but I wasn't born in 1960.
I'll say this is still relevant now. A lot of people still want one.
It's a Mustang?
Are you going to lock in Mustang?
Sure, screw it, why not?
That is correct. It is the Ford Mustang. For your next question, When was Coca-Cola's 130th anniversary? I just want the year.
Oh my god, dude. I'm dumber than dirt. I don't know. Who drinks Coca-Cola? You drink Coca-Cola? I don't know. You look like you drink Mountain Dew, Ian. Like 2004. Does that sound right? That sounds right.
Are you
I'm
gonna-
locking at 2004.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It was 2015.
Only 11 off. No biggie.
How many wives did King Henry VIII have?
I would say like 6.
Are you locking in on 6?
Not locking.
That is correct. The U.S. rover Curiosity landed on which planet in August 2012?
Uranus. Yeah, let's do the sun and lock in. Let's
You're
do
locking in
sun
the
on-
sun?
Yep, it's the sun.
It's incorrect. It was
Aw.
Mars.
Oh, dude, I forgot about Mars.
There are only 2 things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's culture and the Dutch. Was it said by A, Michael Caine, B, Jinx, C, John C. Riley, or D, Ian Roberts? You locking it in?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was incorrect. It was Michael Caine from Austin Powers.
Yeah, this is rigged. I'm just kidding. It's alright.
All right.
Yo,
For
he
your-
kind of looks like Doctor Strange over there. Or Dr. Evil, not Doctor Strange.
For your
You know
last-
the bald guy in Austin Powers?
For your last and final quote, you sit on a throne of lies. Was it said by A, Buddy the Elf, B,
Buddy
Kendrick
the
Lamar?
Elf.
You locking in?
Locking in.
That is correct.
I
It
remember
was.
that. You sit on a throne of lies, Dad. Remember that.
So you have won, and when I get hands on some coupons, I will make sure you get them.
Alright, that sounds good. Thank you.
Of course, man.
Thank you for watching Class Act. Tune in again for the next episode.